Hey, it's been a while, and wow, I graduated for good this time. A lot of you may know the story of how I got here, but for those of you who don't, let's get you up to speed. So last year, 2020, I was accepted into grad school during the onset of lockdown in the United States due to COVID. And I had just returned from Italy, yes, Italy, where I had planned to live out the spring semester of my senior year in college abroad. So it was all set and ready. I was starting grad school. Okay, wait, I can't just zoom past that. Rewinding to right before I went to Italy. So it was all set and ready. I went to Italy, living in a small but very culturally rich town of Castiglione Fiorentino for about 5 weeks. And as we were there, of course, the outbreak of COVID-19 spread to Italy and concerns rose. Not to mention, during all of this, I had managed to carve out some time during our long days of very dense itinerary to discuss my then tentative acceptance into grad school, located a very convenient 5,604 miles away and a 7-hour time difference. But then, of course, we were sent home literally 1 week before the infamous March 13th, when COVID essentially became a global pandemic. So, lockdown happens during a tiring start to summer through political strife and social injustice until July rolls around and I finally begin my grad program. So this is where the extra chapters of my college story begins. This is my extended edition. These are the scenes that didn't make my YouTube channel after I sort of tapered off to focus on school, work, and figuring myself out during the fall and winter. I actually visited Utah in December, which uncovered a new interest in skiing and affirmed the hunch I always had that mountains are far superior to the beach. What do you think? And all throughout the while, I was developing, growing, all the good words, but definitely not feeling great all the time. Not a good place. But we kept the inconsistencies going throughout winter when Texas decided to throw us some snow, not once, but twice. And almost take out the entire state in the second snowfall, which a lot of us know as Snowvid.
That leaves up to 2 million Texans without guaranteed warmth for what looks to be an incredibly frigid night.
Okay, I say now we're pretty much caught up, and what's to come are the confessions of a pandemic post-grad.
From last year this time to right now has literally been one of the most challenging, informative experiences I could have never expected.
Well, first off, got to say, mate, being outside is iconic. Don't make fun of my British accent, thank you. But truly, we love sun time. This was a real breakthrough for me, as I am not much of a direct sunlight person, and I still would not go to a beach for more than like 2 hours at a time because it's not my vibe, not my thing, not my vibe. You're not gonna catch me there, you know what I mean? However, I appreciate and enjoy a nice 45, 30, hour-long walk, even in the middle of July in Texas, in the dead of summer. I like it. And not only that, just how truly effective even 20 minutes of moving your body daily is. I'd be in a bad mood in the morning, go on my walk, and then be in a good mood the rest of the day. I really tried out so much stuff in the summer and the fall, trying to get the groove of what I wanted to do. I would just genuinely just switch it up. I tried yoga, I walked, I ran, I weight trained, and it drastically changed my mindset and my entire outlook on the day every single time. They always say you never regret going to the gym or working out or moving your body because you always feel like $1,000,000 right after. And we needed those feelings when we were feeling mentally weak during the pandemonium and grad school. Okay. Confession number 2. You can create your own balance, even in situations that appear unbalanced. This is really about being able to detect when you're off and knowing how to get back on. For a while, it looked like trying to stick with what I was used to, like making content on YouTube about myself, my life in college. Hey guys! Wow, I'm looking a little bit rough today. It's been a morning. I wanted to welcome you guys to another college week in my life. Mondays and Wednesdays, I have really full days of class from 11 to about 4:30, and then afterwards I usually do work stuff. So that's what balance looked like for me at one point of this entire shindig, but I would say it definitely changed throughout, and we'll see why. Just stay tuned. Here's a peek at some of those lost days that didn't make it to my YouTube channel. Oh my goodness, it's been so long. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It has really been so long. Today I'm coming at you and we are starting a college week in my life. as a grad student, so I guess a graduate student week of my life. Anyways, I've got a lot of stuff coming up this week, and so I just wanted to take you guys along. I haven't been on my channel in a while, and there's a lot of updates. So of course, we have to start off with a grocery haul, so that is what I'm about to do. I'm about to head to H-E-B. But as I said, a ton of updates about what I've been doing, where I'm going, what the plans are, what the semester looks like, everything like that. This is my last semester of school ever, so I'm excited to take you guys along for this week. I'm really excited to be back in front of the cam and to be talking to you guys, because I meet you guys on campus sometimes and I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't uploaded, so I need to do better. But we'll get into all of that. So thanks for watching and stay tuned. I'm gonna go pick up my pal and get a drink, because that's what I feel like I need to do after this day. I came home decompressed. We'll probably do a host of to-do list. Don't even, yeah. This is my fit. There we go. And then of course I'm ruining the look with my Adidas, so let's go. Okay, number 3. I confess the importance of protecting your energy. And you don't owe anyone an explanation as to why you won't be attending some social event if you know it's gonna disrupt your flow. That's a no. I'm honestly not on that wave of like doing the most. This year is definitely about me just trying my best to be the most efficient that I can. It's just like way different than undergrad, and just because of the pandemic, of course. And another way this showed up was through my YouTube channel. I went through this whole little crisis in the fall where I was secluding a lot, and I didn't want to make videos about that. I didn't feel like oversharing. I was having a hard time proceeding with business as usual because business was unusual. I really like to make vlogs that are very busy and have like activities in them, but I wasn't doing any of that actually in my life because the way that I'd spent my time had changed so drastically, and I didn't want to do those things. Okay, my days are literally so boring, and like that's part of the reason I haven't vlogged in so long. But I wanted to update you guys because I'm becoming more and more like wanting to explore like acting. And so I am doing an audition for something this summer, and right now I'm literally out of breath because I've been practicing the dance combo, and I'm about to record myself doing the dance combo, which I'm not going to insert into this video. That is for the audition people to see, the judges. I'm trying to do it in between. I just had class that ended at like 3, and then I was working. I did some like social media scheduling, and now I have a meeting in 16 minutes. So it's like our weekly meeting for my job as a graduate assistant. So that's what I'm doing. I'm about to play the music. Here we go. That kind of explains my little hiatus. This whole time I've just been refiguring out. I love entertainment, and I'm just feeling very excited to get my thoughts out and just share with everybody my passion for entertainment and my will and my drive, and I want to make more content about entertainment and society and culture and less about my personal life in college, because the other side of that confession is that I truly felt like my life at A&M was essentially over, even during grad school. But guys, don't get me wrong, there were some fun times for sure. Good morning. Today is Thursday. Actually, I have so much stuff in my hand right now because I'm on my way to a photo shoot. I'm actually helping my friend who works with like hospitality and tourism in town, and they needed college students for a photo shoot that they're doing this morning from 9 to 11. It's 8:40, I only have 20 minutes to get there, and I'm going to, I believe the first outfit is like a coffee house outfit. So I'm supposed to wear something that you'd wear to like a coffee house or like a restaurant. I'll be there with my friends, Ryan and Chris, so it'll be fun. I might get some clips, I don't know. We'll do masks on and masks off, but everyone's COVID negative. I'm excited to see how it goes. And this is all of my little outfit changes. I'm supposed to bring a game day outfit too, so that's what I did, and I'm gonna be on my way now. I literally don't even know where the first place I'm going is, but it's kind of exciting. It's like an opportunity to try something new. So here we go. And I only say that it felt like my true college career had ended the minute that I was sent back from Italy back to the United States on the onset of the pandemic, just because every decision and the way that I spent my time there after that was so heavily influenced by the pandemic. So it just wasn't a genuine reflection of how I would have wanted things to pan out during college, or during this extended edition of my college experience. So eventually I just had to give myself grace and pretty much accept defeat at the time. I felt like there was no use in continuing to make myself create videos when I knew I could do better if I just switched up my content and maybe distributed it in a different way. And that's when I started getting really serious about my podcast. Thinking of the name, thinking of the content matter, everything like that. And I was so excited to launch in January of 2021, which I did. It's called Don't Quote Me on That. Check it out. It's about navigating society and culture through a very pop culture-ish current events type of, and just like a wellness mindset. It'll be linked in the description. Don't Quote Me on That on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Okay, shameless plug over. I digress and confess that through this crisis I had with you two in the fall and in the winter, I realized that time is grace and not failure. I confess, fourthly, I'd love to normalize opting to be alone. Okay, so another thing that I've really come to terms with is that there's a really big stigma with our generation. I don't know if it's Gen Z or millennials or them together or the Zennials, that in your 20s it's supposed to be just like this crazy wild time, and somehow you're supposed to be 23 and have it all together and have your career and also live in a really nice apartment and have all of these friends and just literally do it all when you just got out of college and you're in an entry-level job, maybe, where they expect you to have 5 to 7 years of experience. It just doesn't work like that. We talk a lot about that on Don't Quote Me on That, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. But at this time in grad school, I really just was not trying to do all of the extra stuff that kind of makes all of the work that you have to do in grad school worth it. And so that's why a lot of the time it sucked, to be candid. I feel like most people know things that make them happy. Sometimes when you're in such a negative headspace, you just like almost want to like brood there and like stay mad. And even though that self-seclusion was definitely a conscious decision on my part, I'd honestly like to normalize people opting to be alone and not looking at it in an unusual way or as something that deviates from the expected kind of wild time that your 20s is supposed to be. I feel like at any point in your life, if you feel like you need to retract and center back in you or do some inner work, you should do that. I think my time in grad school during the pandemic allowed me to become okay with responding less to peer pressure or feeling like I should participate in social stuff and give more value to what my own self was telling me I should do. And that's something that I feel like takes practice and awareness that I definitely didn't have in undergrad. And I assure you, I wasn't always alone. I still wanted to live in the present of the moments I knew I wouldn't get back.
Say hi to the camera. I'm doing like a little maybe mini vlog or something. There you go. Good.
Hi. Hi. Finally got the April calendar up. Mid-April, might I add. So edgy. But better late than never, in my opinion. Shout out to my roommate for these markers. I know you're watching. Thank you. I'm a thief. Oh. So I got my first dose of the vaccination on Friday, so I might have to take it off. It's probably time to take this Band-Aid off. My fifth takeaway from post-grad, grad school, and the pandemic is really having a thorough understanding of how people just break off into their own paths after they've traveled a similar one for a while. It's given me that much more confidence in that little voice in my head and given me kind of the permission. I've given myself permission to believe the voice in my head for things that it's always told me, things I should be, things I should do, risks I should take, rather than me listening to external forces and their suggestions for things I should do or how things should be going for me. I think a main point here is I really value the question and the idea that though nothing's gonna be easy, what's gonna be worth it? And once I found that voice again and I believed it, I wanted to project it again, loud.
And I'm getting sick and tired of waiting to submit my application.
Everyone, it's grad day. I just was making a TikTok, as I do. Definitely wanted to vlog most of this day because R.I.P. in peace. Finally done with school. I know a lot of you have subscribed to me because of school, because of A&M. And what's to come for this channel, I don't know. I want to work in entertainment. I don't know why I'm like going into this right now, but I want to work in entertainment. So if that's like your jam, hit me up. May want to do like a little bit of acting on the side. I don't really know. But I definitely want to work in like TV, film, whether in production or doing some sort of that, because it's just like riveting to me. If I can't be a performer, then I want to work around performers, because I just think the entire process, like from conception to completion, is so interesting. So that's my little thought of the day for grad day, but feeling really good. Now I'm gonna go grab some Dunkin' to hype myself up even more. I'll probably be shaking. But this is my little button for being a rec sports graduate. A lot of you know, if you don't know, the jig is up. I've worked at the rec for like now 4 years. I went from being a communication student assistant. I started in June 2017 to now I'm the graduate assistant and have like way more responsibility this entire 10.5 months. This is the hood and this is my master's hood, I should say. This is the pin. With that said, let's go to Dunkin', and I'm gonna actually switch cameras as well.
A huge theme of my less than a year's time in grad school during a global pandemic one of the most limited times of my life, I learned to be limitless. I looked inward to discover the depths of myself and cultivated balance of reality and daydreams all at once.
I have had a lot of ups and downs this past year. It's been honestly probably the most challenging year of my entire life.
I exhausted myself with the present, but energized for the future because I had to. I created stability when there was none because I had to, and those are my confessions. The confessions of a pandemic post-grad.